Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm just gonna go over two easy matchups, a drill matchup and eagle matchup, because I think uh eagle's kind of annoying, and eagle you really have to take their tower, because if you drag this out, it's gonna be really hard, because each push you have to defend he gets harder and harder. But that's just what I like to do. I like to not I don't like eagle has so much offensive potential, but defensively they really can't do anything in this graveyard. This guy has lightning for some reason. So I go with the Ice Wizard into the healer, and I go with a Knight, because at this point I did not know he had Electro Dragon, so he gets a really nice chain, which, suboptimal you could say, but I get a nice poison, and I get a nice, what's it called? Ice Wizard down, trying to kill the bat, and I should have, the E-Drag got so much damage for no reason. Should have been a perfect defense, but remove. At this point, I was like, okay, this guy really does not have anything good. If he had Goblin Curse, he would have already used it. And I was like, this guy just has nothing, right? Because all his hand is like, what is Night Witch, Battle Healer? What is that going to do? He didn't have Evil E-Drag yet. So now at this point, I kind of want to force out E-Drag, because I don't want him to use E-Drag on offense. And I don't know. I'm trying to play passive because I don't really know what to do, but go as healer in the back. I cycle Knight into the healer. Right? I think cycling Knight into something is not... It's always like a good play. And at this point, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be dicey, because he gets an eagle in front of the healer, and you know how like the healer is, like he gets a nice lightning down, but the healer just heals it up so much. And this is a bad guard. I should have dragged the healer out of the range, but I was an idiot and chose to put it in the range. It was just barely out the range too, but I killed the healer, or I was trying to kill the healer fast. I get a nice evil Knight down in front, and then I get a nice graveyard. And at this point, he has evil E-Drag, but it's just graveyard just gonna wreck him. And at this point he lost because he tried to use a E-Dragon, E-Golem to kite. He just fed my push so much, and now at this point I have so many troops down in the field, he can't do anything. And I get a nice graveyard, and that's game. So basically, you just want to play really passive and just let them mess up, kind of. Not even mess up, but just let them do, like, give you. And at this point, I'm just pressuring. I think I can get the 3-crown, but I'm not sure. Things are getting quite a bit dicey. And I'm trying to get this 3-crown right now, and I get a nice poison down, and sadly, I do not get the 3-crown. And actually, things got super duper dicey, like, way more. It was way harder than I thought it was going to be, because at this point, I wanted to... He does get a lightning down, and he hits my Ice Wizard, so I was like, at this point, I was like, damn. And he runs out of time, and honestly, I don't know if I could have defended, because his cannon card's on 1 HP, which would have been annoying, and I BM because he's an Eagle player, but I think I could poison cycle his king, but at that point, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think Lumberloon Vines is a better matchup to go over. So Lumberloon, I mean, you have a Baby Dragon, you have an Ice Wizard, and you have a cannon to pull it. I would say Lumberloon's definitely not a hard matchup, I would say, but it definitely gets dicey, right? Because Lumberloon, you mess one thing up, it's just over. I didn't know this interaction, but I didn't know if you cycle air cards in the back like this, they'll actually target each other, which was really nice. I didn't know that. But, so yeah, it's nice. And I wanted to go for graveyard, but I was like, nah, let's not graveyard in single. And the only way I lose ever is when I graveyard in single. Like, I don't think I've ever lost, like, legitimately, without, like... If I don't graveyard in single, usually I mess up, like, in other ways. But if I don't graveyard in single, like, I usually do very well, you know? But that bowler somehow hits my tower by, like, the grace of God, but... My Baby Dragon gets a shot in his tower, so we're pretty much even. And at this point, I'm like kind of a little scared because I don't know what to do. So he goes with a nice... he goes with a nice Evo E-Drag. I get a nice poison on this E-Drag, and to just take it out faster. And I messed up kind of big time because... First of all, here's the thing. So I take the Knight, drag the Lumberjack, or like not drag it, but like just to kill it. I get a nice cannon down, but I should have placed like the Ice Warrior in a way where it would hit the E-Drag and not die like this, but it does end up dying. I get a Baby Dragon to hopefully kill the balloon, but I don't know. The E-Drag just stunned it, so the balloon got a hit, and I'm down 1,000 something damage, and I'm down elixir at this point. But hey, at least he used vines. I mean, I wouldn't have used that. He was up elixir, but this is not a horrible position, I guess, because 2,500 damage is enough damage to like work with. Like I can still like win, right? Because once I have 1,000, he just starts spell cycling me with like death bond damage. But at this point, you don't need to. I think a lot of you guys would have poisoned here, but I don't think I needed to poison because I think I have the ice whiz to help out. But so I get an evil knight to tank for everything, and I get a nice graveyard. And at this point, he doesn't have anything. He only has evil E-Drag, and it's really nothing. So I get a nice 1,000 damage, so the game looking a lot more in my favor at this point. I think he's trying to might go balloon. Yep, that was a bad loon because this evil cannon, the evil E-Drag, and I get that was a bad NATO. I think the reason that he like didn't do well is because he kept on going for bad NATOs. Baby Dragon's again not a great counter to graveyard. Now the match is like even. See, that's what I'm saying, guys. Now we're in this now we're in the same boat, right? I'm actually up a little bit, but that's besides the point. I get a nice knight to drag everything up high, and my ice whiz actually hits everything, which is surprising. He gets another horrible NATO. I get a nice graveyard, and at this point he's like, okay, I messed up 2 NATOs and I lost, but yeah, I mean, they're just good examples of like just don't NATO wrong. I feel like he could have won. I mean, this is a hard matchup, and I only won because this guy's not a good player, but it is what it is, right? Next one, I feel like Drill is kind of a hard matchup because, or at least Drill is a hard matchup when I have that Evil Furnace, because with the Baby Dragon, they don't have a way to kill the Baby Dragon, right? So I can just abuse Baby Dragons, but with the Furnace one, I really can't do it. It's like really hard for me at least. So I get my Baby Dragon as soon as possible because I know he's going to have to just cycle stuff into it, and, you know, that Berserker's good as dead too. And he gets a nice... I was thinking about bar barreling, which in hindsight, like looking back on it, I should have bar barreled, but I mean, he got 600 damage, which is kind of crazy. Like honestly, Goblin Zero's damage is actually kind of crazy sometimes. Like 1 or 2 stabs is like 300, 600 damage. It's like, wow, you know? Anyway, at this point, okay, I just got a fat positive elixir tree with my bar barrel and get a nice cannon into the Berserker. And I think he's gonna drill, so I'm getting ready, but if he doesn't drill, it's fine. Okay, he doesn't drill. So I go Psycho Baby Dragon because I'm not trying to leak against this type of matchup. Nice. He gets a snowball down and we take 0 damage. And at this point I wanted to graveyard, but I don't know. I don't know if it still would have been a good graveyard. I think it would not have, because I think he could just go Berserker Skeletons and full counter it and then go drill with the Berserker, and I wouldn't have any, what's it called, any sort of, what does that say? Oh, any sort of the stuff. But when I graveyard, then I got like 300 damage. I just needed damage, and at the same time, like I tried to force out stuff. I really want to force the Evo Snowball, but as you can see, that didn't happen. And he gets a lot of damage from the Evo Snowball because I didn't force it out. So that whole point was I'm trying to force out the Evo Snowball, but sadly I didn't get it out. But at least I'm up in elixir, right? I feel like too many people, like, with playing this deck, they're too aggressive with it. But hey man, I don't know. This was an unnecessary Baby Dragon. I thought that Bomber was like gonna get hit on my tower, but it didn't. But I mean, with Graveyard, I'm just being really patient at this moment. Like I said, 3,000 damage. I'm only down like 1,000 damage, which is like totally winnable. That's only like 1 Graveyard push, so I'm not scared at all. And I'm gonna, at this point, I know he's trying to go Snowball, but he might be too preoccupied. Yeah. So he's preoccupied means like when you're focused on other stuff, you can't really like do this like 2 stuff at once. Like you can't snowball and defend my knight at the same time. So like good players can obviously, but they do that for a living. Anyway, look how what he feeds into my poison. I think the reason I lost, Drew has a good matchup against Graveyard because Berserker is just such a good card into Graveyard, shuts it down. And at this point, he tries to go for a nice weird vine stuff, but now I know he has Evo Snowball, so I'm trying to force it out this time, okay? Because Evo Snowball does so much damage. or like it always gets him so much damage. So yep, I force out the evil snowball. Not bad. And I think I'll go for a poison. Yep, just get some tower damage. Guys, you will realize that like I can't really get that much damage. I just have to prey on the graveyard RNG, right? He doesn't have a really good like graveyard counter. I go for a late guard so I can avoid like try to avoid the snowball. But good players, they would still get it down. But hey, it's fine. And I think he goes for vines, which is really interesting because I wouldn't have gone for that vines because like I feel like it didn't do anything. And I get some nice graveyard damage from. I got a lot of skeletons on the inside of the tower, so that's always like nice. That guard just went crazy, just like 500 damage. And I know he has snowball, so kind of waiting, yeah. Cause I think I've like learned that he like likes the snowball really early, cause that's like a big thing with like drill players. Like a lot of them like really like to snowball really early, and he shouldn't have wasted his berserker on top of my stuff. He should have put on the graveyard, but I go for a knight, and then he gets for a nice evil snowball down. And at this point, things are starting to look a little dicey. My big lead has turned into nothing. That's what I'm saying. Evil snowball is so hard to defend for me because he can out cycle my bar barrel, so I don't have any good way to defend it. And I try to keep like the in track, but he cycles so much faster than me. So to make sure he doesn't like just like out cycle me and then like I can't use bar barrel, I have to go in to stop him from like doing stuff, but he still tries to go in, right? But at this point I have won, so I think I'm gonna poison cycle him, and there's nothing he can do. I mean, he's just feeding me a lot of value, and I have the bar barrel for the drill, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, that's GG's, and a really nice match against drill. Alright guys, please subscribe if you enjoy my content. I post daily videos, and see you guys.